Hey guys, I'm here with the big man again, and we're standing in the area where we do most of our small group personal training for adults. And if there's one question about other than marketing and sales and things like that, but if there's one question again on how we structure things and how we train our adults, it's how do we do small group personal training? And the way we define it is small group personal training is one coach and 4 people. The comparison is that's a replacement for one-on-one, right? So you have people that are down the street that are doing, paying $100 to $150 an hour for a one-on-one personal training. Well, this is our way of competing with that and offering a better quality product at what would be probably half of the price. And this is what we've done. We've done this for 10 years. It's something have adopted over time. We've evolved over time. But it's just a really profitable way to run your business. And I think that I get so many questions from people that are stuck in the one-on-one environment. And not saying one-on-one is bad, you can make money doing one-on-one, but you're putting a ceiling. You're putting a ceiling on how much money that you can make. So the whole small group environment is a great way and a profitable way to run your business. And the questions that I've been getting about running this model has been immense lately. And I've been sitting down with even my own mastermind members and them asking me, how do I go from this one-on-one to small group? Or even how do I incorporate my large group, which I have, and get some of those people paying more money to go into the small group. So we wanted to kind of show you the facility a little bit and not just say, okay, yeah, we can talk to you until we're blue in the face about how this is a better way to run a gym so you can help more people and make more money. But really, there's a lot that goes into structuring it, and there's a lot of mistakes that we made along the way. So, Tom, let's talk about more like how we've set this room up to make this an efficient system.
I think the first thing you have to look at is, how can we still have a really high quality product, but be able to maximize. You talk about maximizing the amount of people that we can train. So we kind of talked about, in a safe environment, still having a really high quality product, how can we fit as many people in here as possible without jamming people together or getting people hurt? So that was the first thing. You can see it's a big wide open space. So when we set it up, that's kind of what we looked at, is maximizing the square footage within the room. Same thing with equipment. We kind of got a little bit minimalist with the equipment. How do we have a high quality product? And what equipment do we definitely need? And we got a lot of stuff out. We had things like a belt squat and a reverse hyper and a lot of really cool equipment for a really long time that was eating up space and didn't really fit our population.
Yeah, it's funny how many people when they come to the mentorship, they look at our equipment and like, wow, there's not much in here.
But when you think, that goes back to the same as we talk about marketing, having a target population. What do you really need to train our population, which is adults that want to lose body fat? And we have everything that you need, probably even more than what you need to do that. And if you look around, now it's set up for our small group. So it's a multiple thousands of square feet facility, but really it's small gyms within the entire big one. So we have one here, you can see there's one in the corner, there's one over there. It's just duplicates of the best equipment that we can find to maximize our space and to, again, get great results without filling the gym with equipment that we don't really use. So we have dumbbells and kettlebells and everything you need, but now we can have one coach training 4 people in this area. They don't have to step over people. They don't have to walk across the gym to get equipment. They have everything they need within this area. Same thing there, same thing there. Very similar to what a college weight room would be set up. It's a giant weight room, a lot of square footage. It looks really cool, but I don't have to go very far to be with my coach and to get coached. So that was the initial design of this facility.
Yeah, that was a big change that we made, was when we went to this area. This is kind of what we call a pod system, which there's a certain area where there's one coach training 4 people. And the way we used to have it is like people were kind of wandering all over the place. Yep. And we had some people would come up to us and they would say like, they didn't feel like they had a trainer. And now it's like the coach is right there. The coach is with 4 people. There's a touch point. There's very, very little time that goes by where someone's not getting coached. So it feels very personal, right? It feels very personal when you can have a really good way to structure it in terms of the footprint. And here's the thing: you may not have a big gym like this, but let's say your gym was, just a quarter of the size of this. You could very strategically put 2 to 3 areas where you're training 2 to 4 people, and maximize that space. It's when you have a lot of this one-off stuff and there's not a good system in place where you're not going to maximize the profitability of the small group training environment.
We talked a lot about energy as well.
Yeah.
So energy, even though, like you said, we're having one coach with 4 people, you're getting coached up, you're getting really high level coaching, but we could have 24 people in here, 20 people in here getting coached, so there's still a good energy in the room. It's not quiet, it's not awkward, but I can still have a conversation with you and coach you the way you need to be coached without screaming across the room. Like I said, without having to step over other people doing your exercises. It's a very safe environment, really, really good energy, and like I said, you have everything you need, and we actually really like the space, so we kind of stripped a lot of the equipment away and just found here's the stuff that we need to get the best results, and that's what you're seeing.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask us, like, do we do individual programs or do we do like a template system? And the answer is, we've done both. And, a lot of people ask, well, what's better and what should you do? And I think that really depends on like where you are in your business. When you're just starting out and you got 10 clients, maybe an individual program, is better for them. When we've seen, as you go to more people, as you have a lot of people in your facility, it gets harder to manage that, and we've moved to a template system. I don't believe there's a right or a wrong answer to this, but that is a question that I get a ton of. And the bigger question is, if you do individual programs, how do you, and you want to do a template system, how do you make that transfer?
Right.
And we could spend 2 hours on that, on just knowing how to do that. And that kind of comes back to one of our other podcasts that we did of how to make hard decisions.
Well, I think growth is the key word. Because when we looked at our old facility and the way we used to have things set up, there wasn't much room to grow. And if you're watching this, you want to grow your business. So we have room to grow within this facility, and I think that was the key. And we had to constantly change and take stuff out and move stuff around in the old place because we kept getting more and more and more people. It wasn't built for growth. So when we designed this facility, we said, okay, we have X amount of people now, but now we have room to grow. We can handle a lot more people with this space and not worry about people getting injured, not worrying about having too many people crammed into a small space. So think about growth. How many people can you train in your facility right now safely? Do you have to change things to fit 4 more people or to fit 5 more people? So I think that's a really important thing that we had to take into account when we built this thing out.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a great way to run the business. It's something that we've done for 10 years now, and we're getting better at the system every day. Every day that goes by, we're evaluating the process and we're looking at how we can make this thing better. So it definitely will evolve. But all this stuff matters. The equipment you use matters. Where you put the equipment matters. How you coach and the way you train your coaches truly does matter. So, I mean, small group is just, I wanted to do this video because we get so many questions on how do you make this right? And I think what a lot of people do is, what's made us really successful with this, Tom, I think, is that this is just what we do.
Yep.
Right? I think a lot of people say, well, I want to do one-on-one and I do large group and I just want to add a small group component, and they just kind of throw it in there, as, an ancillary product. And that's fine, and you can definitely do that. But in order to really make this thing work, you may need to make a commitment to it. You may need to make a commitment to say, this is what we do and this is what we sell. And when you offer stuff to people, of when you're in the sales process, like, maybe this is just what you offer, and maybe someone comes in for a trial and this is what they do, versus saying we have one-on-one and we have group and we have large group. Why don't you just give them the thing that you do best and maximize that? So hopefully this was helpful to you guys in helping you develop a more profitable gym. Thanks. Hey, it's Vince again. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully that was some helpful info that you can implement into your business right away. If you'd like to chat with me, if you'd like more info, head on over to vincegabriel.com. There's a link in there. Put your name and info in, and it will set up a call with you and I. Love to chat with you. Thanks so much.